This video is on functions. It's called functions yay or nay. We're going to be determining if we have graphs and tables of coordinates that are functions. We will also be looking at domain and range of graphs as well. We're going to be looking at continuous and discontinuous graphs. So the first thing we're going to do is define what a function is. A function is a relationship where each x value has only one y value. All graphs are considered a relation, but not all graphs are functions. Functions are when every x value has only one y value. We're going to be talking about domain and range. To remember what domain is, we know that domain is the x values. But we also need to know that domain is the input. It's what we are inputting, and the range is what we get for the output. With functions, we can plug in an x value and get out a y value to find the coordinate. So again, domain is the x values, and they do go from smallest to largest. The range are your y values, and they also go from smallest to largest. We're going to be looking at two different types of examples. We're going to be looking at a graph, and we're also going to be looking at a table, or we can call it an input-output diagram. So how do you determine if a graph is a function? To determine if a graph is a function, we look to see if it passes the vertical line test. If it passes the vertical line test, also known as the VLT. What that means is if you draw a vertical line, so I'm going to make a little note down here. Any vertical line, so you can draw 20 vertical lines, it does not matter, but if any vertical line hits the graph once. So at any time, if a vertical line hits the graph itself more than once on that vertical line, it fails the vertical line test and it is not a function. But if you draw vertical lines and those vertical lines only ever cross your graph once, it will pass the vertical line test, therefore it is a function. To determine if a table or input-output diagram is a function, we again look at the each x value or each input value. So each x value has exactly one y value. So domain are the x values or your input. Your range is your y values, and it's your output. We always go from smallest to largest when we're talking about domain and range. So again, domain goes from left to right, and range will go from bottom to top. We'll be looking at graphs to see if they pass the vertical line test, and we'll look at the table or the input-output diagrams to ensure that each x value has only one y value.